nicely done. Hoyland. Oh yes, he must score surely. They have. Jamie Hoyland has done the impossible.
Oh, on the spot from Johnson, Kate Bigby.
Chris Hussey's got space in defence. Hussey inside the box. Tries to square it back. An opportunity. It's there for Tom Shaw. And Berry takes the lead.
Won't leave the crowd in place with the very important goal there. He's got the right foot.
He shot! Oh, what a big goal!
And
To be back
still
in the
the
game.
mighty Shakers.
Hello and welcome to the Mighty Shakers podcast, Series 3, Episode 9, proudly sponsored by AC Ventilation, BIMTech Technology and iLevel. This week I'm joined by Mike. We're back after last week's episode continued our 100% win ratio. Every time we've done an episode this season, we've followed up with a win in the immediate game. So that was Darlaston, wasn't it? We launched the episode for Darlaston.
Mm-hmm.
So people were asking, or at least one or two people were asking us to do an episode every week. Couldn't quite fit one in before the Witton game, unfortunately, because you know what that score was. But we're back, which means we're going to win on Saturday
Against your mate.
against Mike Clegg. I texted him at the weekend because I saw they'd won, but he was on holiday, so he wasn't even there. But he's back this weekend. They only win when he's not there. I said,
He only turns up for the big games.
yes. But I guess we should get started with that Darlaston game. You were there, weren't you? It was very cold.
It was freezing. It was honestly, I thought like halfway through it might get called off because I texted you maybe 9:15. It said 0 degrees, but felt like -6. It was freezing, and I thought the pitch might freeze up, but no. Yeah, it was a decent win. First half, I felt like it was a bit odd because it was that cold and it was such a different atmosphere than we used to because obviously it's in Walsall, so not as many fans travelled. I think the total attendance was 364. And the atmosphere sometimes is just a bit more of a non-league game, because sometimes you've got Berry games and it's just songs throughout, but because reduced attendance, it was a bit more quiet. So I stood behind the net, and there was these 4 lads who just local lads just turned up because Berry had come down and they wanted to see a game, and they were just they had a team sheet and they just kept looking for our players' names and giving them abuse, and it's Mitchell, you're terrible and stuff like that, and just proper winding our defenders up. But yeah, conceded from the corner. I'll have to watch it back, but if you've seen the highlights and you see a guy in a grey coat stand behind the goal fade as the ball goes in, that was me. I was just oh no. And then the equaliser, I'll be honest, didn't see it because at Darlaston, their food or their hot food is inside in the players' lounge. So I went in about 45 minutes, and then Leachy will text me going, "That'll do." I'm like, "What'll do?" And he's like, "We've scored." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, that lady missed the first goal.
Yeah, so I was Sean BFC, Sean Carolan on Twitter. He was in there as well. I was like, "We've scored." He's like, "You're joking?" I was like, "Nah, they're just queuing up for chips because we're absolutely freezing." Second half, we started really well. We could have scored straight away. Keeper made a good save from Rusty, and I think it was Tyler James as well. Broke straight away. But their keeper again, keepers are always having decent games against us, and that was the same at Darlaston. Without him, probably could have been at least 2 more goals. And then the winner comes from Kai Evans and Kieran Glynn. Great player, dodgy fashion choices, short sleeves and gloves. Surely It's got to be long sleeves, no gloves, or no gloves at all. So yeah, very Thierry Henry-esque with the gloves and short sleeves, but perfect through ball. It's almost like, the cat in the snow, the meme where he's the cat's bent. That's how he played the ball through. Perfect through ball, and Kai Evans did the rest. And yeah, probably could have had maybe 1 or 2 more. They didn't offer much in that second half. It kicked off towards the end of the game. I had 0 clue what time, how long was left. There wasn't a scoreboard, and I wasn't getting my phone out to check because my hands were cold. But Kai's sort of broke down the right, and their big centre half has just snapped him out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's quite a bad challenge, naughty challenge. Probably could have been for a red, to be honest.
Yeah.
And in the aftermath, like Scott Duxbury's come in to defend him,
and Josh Gregory.
But the funny thing was, Josh Gregory. So like, obviously, Josh is like a biggish lad, like 6'2", 6'3", whatever it is, and their winger is like proper small winger, and he's just he essentially baby carries him off the pitch, and like he got booked for it, and I was like, come on, ref. And if you see the video afterwards from when full time, Beto starts saying that he was carrying him like a baby off the pitch. It was quite funny. And then the liner said something as well. So there was another like 2 or 3 minutes. I was stood with Martin and Alistair, and like the liner kept coming on to say something to the ref like late on, like probably 97 minutes. I'm like, lad, like everyone wants to go home. It's freezing. Hurry up. And then full time whistle was blown shut off that. So decent win. Obviously we talk about their home form, but it was always going to be tough after the Lowbrook game, and we answered in the right way to keep ourselves in a decent position in the league.
Yeah, especially on a Wednesday night, driving down, like players would have been working and having to get there at that time, and it being freezing, and not having the usual away following that we would have for those reasons as well. Looked like a good win. I enjoyed that, the kickoff and the lad who jumped over the side as well. So it looked like he was going on to defend the winger.
The bench just looks and like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But
I spoke to Daz Davis before it as well. He said he listened to the podcast. I was like, oh no, like what have we said here? But he said we made some valid points. So good to see we're not getting
in trouble.
We're not getting in trouble from Daz yet. Yeah. Yet, anyway.
Not yet. We've got a predictions league update for him later, so that might annoy him a little bit. But yeah, so it was a good win on Wednesday, and then obviously we go into before Saturday. We make a new signing, don't we? We get
Leo Graham.
Leo Graham comes from Wigan on loan. Yeah. I think during the week, there was rumours, wasn't there? After the news that broke on last week's episode about DJ Pedro going on the transfer list that Aaron Chalmers had posted about, and then there was rumours about who we were trying to sign, Anthony Dudley from Radcliffe and so on. So we signed Leo Graham. He came in, didn't he, before Saturday?
Yep.
And then, we go to Witton, which I missed because I was at the races. But
did you win?
I had a couple of winners, actually. Yeah, did all right. Yeah.
Probably better day than I had then.
Yeah, I think I probably made the right decision when I was checking the score. I couldn't believe the Lowbrook score when I was looking at that.
I was giving updates to one round. I was like, Lowbrook are losing 2-0 in like 10, 15 minutes. Like, what's going on?
But then I could believe it when they ended up drawing 3-3. That doesn't surprise me. Fair play to him, but yeah. So about the game in question, go on then, talk us through it.
Yeah, so obviously Leo Graham comes in. Obviously Wigan fans spoke quite highly of him on social media. So it's good to see his sort of cameo in the second half. It looks like a decent-ish little player. I got there a little bit earlier than I used to, just because I thought it would take longer to get there, but it only took like 35, 40 minutes from where I live. So I was there fairly early, checked out their clubhouse, which was really nice. So for people that will have gone and experienced that clubhouse, it was really good. It felt very much like the social club that we used to have at Gig, and they had like all their like old memorabilia around the back room, and then like the tables you have, like the circular tables, they had like a glass thing on top of it, and underneath it was like merchandise and programs and stuff and photos from years gone by. So like they played in the 1992 FA Trophy final, I think it was against Colchester. So that was really, really nice setup. So like if we did go down that route again at a Gig, I'd like to see something like that. It was like a really good setup. And that's probably the only positive from the day.
I saw Rob Black post about the cheese and onion pasty, I think maybe. So
yeah, didn't sample it, but again, like the food setup looked pretty good there. Fast serving, they had like not commemorative cups, but like Witton Albion cups, which obviously you can return and get a fee, or like you can keep the cups. So that was a nice one as well. Their home fans were pretty good. When I was walking through to get to the far side, I thought it was Bury fans with a drum, but it turned out to be their fans once the game kicked off. Like it felt very West Didsbury. And by that I mean the 4-0 defeat away at the start of this year. Like it felt very much like that during the game. Like nothing went right for us.
Yeah.
Like the final passes were a bit too heavy, like running out of play and stuff like that. We clear it off the line, then they get the penalty. Like Yeah, could argue that it was a silly free kick to give away, but the ref was eager to give that penalty. Like, as soon as he's kicked it, he's pretty much give it. I didn't have the best angle, but then I've watched on the highlights and I'm like, you'd be annoyed if that was given.
Yeah.
You'd be happy if it was given to you, but like for us, it was annoying that it was given against us. I think it was Scott Duxbury he'd penalised on their big lad up top. So it's the second half, DJ comes on. McNabb spoke about the team selection and whatnot in his post-match interviews. You can go check out if you want to hear his thoughts. I'd say I felt a bit sorry watching that post-match interview because he looked like he'd been going through the emotions after it. Again, like if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it wasn't great, and the penalty, I thought it was a good save, but because again I'm on the angle, it's like I can't see exactly how far on the corner, but like it's not reached the actual corner. He looked devastated afterwards, Kieran Glynn as well, like after the match, like shirt over his head and stuff like that. He looked absolutely devastated. And yeah, they've scored the second again, another corner. I think it's just switching off again at corners. I can't remember who it is, but they turn the back on the ball at the back post, and it's pretty much like a free header for their big lad. So they go down to 10 men, and you're thinking there's a chance, but we didn't really create much. After that, like the keeper's made a couple of saves, but I think a few were right at him, and then they break after a mistake and get their third. Yeah, overall, very, very disappointing. Also, there's a lot of boos at full time as well, as the sort of players and the staff went over. Yeah, it felt very West Didsbury away. But we know what happened after that. We went on the winning streak, so fingers crossed that can start again on Saturday against Atherton. But yeah, ultimately very disappointing, and yeah, one to quickly forget about and move on.
Yeah, that the Westage run, obviously, you compare it to that, is something that we've referred to previously, haven't we? And about how, like, going from like such a low and then turning it into a positive with a performance straight afterwards and going on a run.
I'm glad we didn't have a midweek game. Like, I know a few were playing. We did have a midweek game because it was also the Manchester Cup, but like the main first teamers didn't play, so they've had a rest. They've got a train last night because we're recording on Wednesday, and tomorrow night, Thursday, get 2 good training sessions in, and then hopefully bounce back with a win. Because like Will said previously, but we're not a bad team. We're not just becoming this bad team overnight. It's just a few mistakes, not being 100% on our game, but there's however many games left. Hopefully we can turn it around.
Yeah, there's certain areas that we just start struggling in, isn't there? And it must have been similar time this year where we were struggling on corners again, like we are at the moment, where we've been making mistakes and conceding goals from corners, because it had to be this round. Maybe we were a couple of weeks early compared to last season when we played Abbey Hay, maybe at home, and we conceded like 2.
Yeah, that was the big pump forward, and he celebrated the south stand.
Yeah, and we panic signed Meppet Waters and someone else, I think, didn't we? Another centre half, and then obviously we landed on Chalmers, which was a good one. So it's strange, isn't it? Similar time of year. Hopefully we can turn it around, and if it is just things like that we're struggling with as well, that we can coach the way out of that. Those basics, sort of just get back to basics and do what we were doing, and especially with set pieces, which we'll need to do, I think, against a team like Atherton. They'll be well drilled on Saturday and give us a game. Obviously, with last week's episode, we did following the Lowbreck defeat, and then we are here again after the Witton Albion defeat. So we did put a post out, didn't we, asking people to send in some voice notes, because obviously there's a lot going on Twitter, people posting their thoughts. So we thought people could send in voice notes of what they thought of the current form, how we can turn it around, and so on. We did only get one person, though, who sent us a voice note in, which is a bit of a shame, but it is the number one fan of the podcast, Harry Sykes. So this is what Harry Sykes had to say.
Hi guys, Harry here. Absolutely loving the pod. Keep up the good work. Just about the recent form. It has been questionable, but the facts are we're fourth in the table, so we're not panicking just yet. I think with these players and staff as well, the manager, the coaches, they don't become bad players or bad coaches overnight. So I think there's a lot of work to do, but we've got the people in the building in the right positions and the right places to get us out of this. I think November, December, January is always going to be a test for us. It's a hard slog this time of year in the season, but I think we'll find out in these next couple of next couple of games which players are up for it and which aren't. And hopefully we'll come out the other side and we'll still be sort of, in and amongst it come sort of like the business end of the season, and we can put a run together like we did last year and hopefully get promotion.
So Harry Sykes is on board.
Yeah, I agree. Like it is. We can turn it around, and like the players that we've got, like you just have to look at what they've done previously. Like Kai's the young player, the reigning young player of the year in this division. Like Louis Isherwood won the league. Mitch Allen was either keeper of the year for this year, the league, or the league above when he was at Prescott. I can't remember which way round it was. And that goes throughout the team. And you should have to look at what we did last year as well. But the players that are there, like people that have been mainstays of this team, like Rusty, DJ, Cam Fogarty, like they will turn it around. It's just there's going to be a lot of pressure at the moment because obviously we've got an expanded fan base compared to other sides in this league. We've got an expanded social media presence, and everyone's opinion is valid. Like you have a thought, that's your thought. It's down to the players and management now to turn that around, and I have full confidence that they will do.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, on paper, if we were fourth, if we were looking at it on fourth, if we were looking at it on paper and we were fourth and Lower Breck weren't top and they were struggling or they were below us in the league, I feel like there wouldn't be as much of a distress about the situation. I know performances haven't been great and I'm not disputing that, but because they're doing so well, I think people are comparing it and saying, well, we won the league, Lower Breck came second, so why are they top of the league and we're not top of the league? So I get it. But, I mean, we're not far off the top of the league, and we said it last week, didn't we? It only takes a run of games to get us back into it, and we've got to have the faith that that'll happen. But I think it's got to happen sooner rather than later, hasn't it? Because we were possibly fortunate last week that Lower Breck drew 3-3 at Newcastle. So the gap to the top spot isn't as big as it could have been. So I think something's got to change soon to get the boys going again. And like you said, they've all proven that they can do it. It's just something switch has just got to be flicked, hasn't it? And I think we can get back on track.
Yeah, and like Dave McNabb he won us the league. He's got out of this division before. There's no reason why he can't lead us out of this division. Yeah. Like it will click, and there will be a string of wins in the near future. It's just because of everything that's already happened this year. Obviously, we've already lost 5 times. That people get a bit edgy because of the high expectations you've got at this club, because it's fair enough to have high expectations because we are a former Football League club, and that's where people want to ultimately get back to. So when you do lose to games at like Witton, or when we were losing last year against like Liverpool and stuff like that, people aren't used to it. But ultimately we are a tier 8 side, and we are going to have bad results every now and again. But fingers crossed by the end of the season that we will be promoted, whether that is league champions or through the playoffs. In terms of the league table, like we're only 6 points behind now, but Lower Breck do have a game in hand, and Stalybridge also have a game in hand at us, which if they win that would put us in 5th, which is also the final playoff place at this moment in time. Vauxhall are 3 points behind the same game, and then Runcorn in 7th. They're 5 points behind, but have 3 games in hand. But I know their fixtures are sort of piling up at the moment, because I think they played midweek last week. They played midweek this week, but I think it was a cup game. And they lost against Stalybridge at the weekend, I believe.
Yeah, 1-0. Stalybridge scored.
So again, like their sort of games coming thick and fast. Like looking at the table as well, Stalybridge have only drawn 1 game all year. So,
Crazy.
yeah. So again,
It's mad when you see that, don't you? Like,
yeah.
they must just be going for it. Last 10 minutes, it's a draw, right? We win or lose, that's it.
Well, yeah, like you just have to look how many goals scored. They scored 34 goals. It's the third highest in the league. Lowbrack on 41, Vauxhall 38, Stalybridge 34, and then us, Shifnal and Avro 32. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of twists and turns. It's just hopefully we pick up a win Saturday, get some confidence back, and go on from there. I did see a question raised about grass pitches on social media. I can't remember who it was, but I did look into the sort of stats from this year, which, as every professional, I've got on my phone to read off. So I think, if my information is right, we played 9 games on grass this season. Obviously, we're used to training on a 3G pitch and playing at Gig Lane, and we have won 3 of those, drawn 4, and lost 2. And I know like people have been speaking about potentially like struggling on grass pitches. Do you think there's anything in that?
I think that there shouldn't be. I think footballers grow up playing on grass pitches, or at least the players that we've got, the generation that they've grown up and will have grown up on playing on grass pitches, I think, and probably most of the career have played on grass pitches. So I feel like if we had a grass pitch at home and we were struggling on AstroTurf pitches away, then I could get it. But I think there shouldn't be an issue, really. Maybe it stunts the way that we play, because we sort of play possession-based football, and that's easier to do on a carpet than it is on some of the pitches that we're playing on. But I think having to just play in a grass pitch shouldn't be a huge issue. I think we have last season, and it was said we didn't play conditions for a lot of away games, and we found a way when we went on that run and won on grass pitches like at St Helens. Remember, we ground out a win there, and we did it on that concrete ground at FC United when we beat Cheadle at the end as well. So I don't think there should be an issue with it.
Yeah, and like looking at the results, so obviously like the Witton one was a deserved defeat. Like we weren't great. We weren't at the races at all. You were though. Darlaston obviously won.
Very good.
Bootle, we've missed a penalty, so that could have been a 2-1 win for us. Vauxhall conceded from a corner, switched off early on as well. So again, that completely different result. Mossley, again, 2 mistakes, which have been their 2 goals. So again, could be a completely different result. Trafford and Withershaw, we win. And then Congleton, I missed, but I think we hit the bar that game. Again, it was August, so it was early on. I can't remember as teams found their feet. And then the Stalybridge draw in the cup as well. So we've not played that bad, apart from the Witton game. It's just seems to be everything seems to go against us.
Yeah.
Whether that be from conceding from a corner or hitting the bar. Yeah. But yeah, just thought it'd be worth raising, because I know that a few people had questions about the grass pitches.
Yeah. And yeah, I think we said last week we've had bad luck with injuries as well, and luck has gone against us, and we were talking about that Vauxhall game as well, which wasn't a grass pitch, but how that went against us as well with the shoestring squad that we had for that match. So yeah, hopefully if we can just get a good run into the Christmas period now and try and get back on track. And Saturday's a huge game, isn't it? I think every game's going to be huge now, but I think if we got 3 points on Saturday, it'd be a big confidence boost for us. And then who we're following up after that? We've got Shifnal away then.
Yeah. So also we played Main Road. We'll touch on Main Road as well quickly. So that was Monday night. So it was a mixture of under 21s and first team, and the first team staff were down to support as well. It was good to see. I think it was like 4 or 5 first teamers play.
Yeah, there was
the Sticksman
in that.
the Sticksman.
Yeah, Russell Saunders, Josh Gregory. He didn't feature at the weekend. Bobby Carroll, Callum Spooner, and Tyler James.
I thought it was Brad Carroll.
Bobby Carroll?
I thought it was Brad, but it might be Bobby. Again, I wasn't there.
I'm looking at I didn't go. I'm looking at the website. It says Bobby Carroll, and it says he was captain. I would assume it was Bobby Carroll because he's not played. He's not had loads of minutes, has he? Been coming off the bench a lot.
Yeah, but Brad's not been playing, and I know he's back around the squad. Can't get a staff like you had one job, Dubsy. It just says B Carroll on the
website,
on the team sheet. Fair.
BIMTech is a digital engineering company specialising in fully coordinated, clash-detected MEP models for the construction sector. Bringing together expertise from engineering, computing and media, we're expanding with offices in Manchester, Glasgow and Hungary. It's our commitment to detail, innovation and world-class service that has led us to work with some of the biggest players in the UK, including Skanska, NG Bailey's, SES, Briggs & Forrester and Lango Rourke.
So yeah, quick break there while we actually checked out which Carol it was, and it was Bobby. We found a video from the game, so apologies for ever doubting you, Daniel.
Never doubt me.
But yeah, obviously, Tyler James scored a good goal as well. I don't know if you saw the clip on Twitter.
Yeah.
Nicely struck finish.
Yeah.
And Patrick John Rose, also the son of Lenny John Rose, good to see him on the score sheet. Made the keeper look like a right idiot, taking it off his feet. And I've seen it was from the other end, the video, but yeah, took it off his feet and put it into empty net. So yeah, good to see another father and son duo playing for the Bury first team. I think people go talking about on Facebook before. There's been quite a few. The one that I remember seeing is Martin and John Forrest. But again, there'll be a few more as well.
Yeah, Ollie Jepson,
yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it's a good confidence booster for those, and maybe some of those players who played Monday night will feature on Saturday as well, and take that confidence into the game. Good that James scored twice. He's been getting a lot of support, hasn't he, from fans saying that he should be starting. So it's good that he scored twice. And then, yeah, Russell Saunders, I saw him saying on Twitter how he was sore in the morning. He's not used to playing. So, yeah, a good win. And then, on to Atherton this weekend.
And then Shifnal after that.
Yeah, and then the trip to Shifnal.
Tickets are on sale as well. If you are a member or a season ticket holder, you will have an email. I think it's like 11 quid.
Yeah, they went on sale, didn't they, yesterday or the day before?
I got an email and I was like, I forgot about that. And yeah.
So you going?
Secured the ticket, going down. Obviously, we had the episode with Carl Bennett a few number of weeks ago now, and there may be another Bennett on next week.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at that because we need to confirm it first. So we don't want to say we've got the person on and then we mess up like we did with Craig Jones.
Well, we'll get him on eventually, but yeah, that should be a good one. Obviously, he doesn't play for Shifnal, but Carl does, and I think he played a handful of games last season or the season before. So hopefully, we get him on. It should be good to chat to him. But yeah, we're talking. They have grass pitch, don't they, at Shifnal? But I remember when we spoke to Carl Bennett, he said that they like to get the ball down and play football. So hopefully, if we get a dry pitch, it should be a decent game. And that might play to our strengths, our response to the game.
Yeah, I have confidence in the team to be able to turn it around. So yeah, I think I'd like to think 6 from 6, but it is football, so we'll see. Just get through Atherton first, and then we can speak of Shifnal.
Yeah. So Atherton, as I said, they won at the weekend. They beat. Who did they beat?
You mean you've not got it prepared?
Sporting Calcer they beat. Sporting Calcer. Previously to that, they lost at home to Avro. They got beat away at Kidsgrove. So they've been
up and down, haven't they? Because I think they started the season badly, didn't they? Then they came back,
had a good
and
run.
then they've sort of been in and out. Like, because looking at the October form, like, draw against Vauxhall, defeat against Mossley and Darlaston, but beat Chasetown.
Yeah.
And then lost against Bootle, beat Congleton. So very up and down, but no doubt they'll be up for it. Obviously, Michael Caleb knows is a local guy, and he's like Tildesley. Atherton is only half an hour away from Bury. It's my local club.
Your local club?
Yeah, from where I am now.
Don't be starting a Atherton Collieries podcast next week if we get beat.
I drove past the ground before as well, on the way to Atherton. Yeah.
You were booing. And they've obviously got Dan Lafferty as coach, I think, or assistant. So he's there, former Bury player. And they've got Niall Battersby as well, who we had first season following the merge, I think Welsh signed him, but then I don't think he played, and then he left. And then he won the league with Widnes last season, with Louis Isherwood. So, yeah, should be an interesting game. Like I said, I think they'll be coming well organised, but their form has been hit and miss, so we will see. But I do remember Mike Clegg saying that his striker would batter our centre halves. When he still said that to Leachy at the Trafford game, I think. So we'll see. But yeah, should be a good game on Saturday. Hopefully we can get 3 points and get back on track. So yeah, I'll be there on Saturday with Elodie, I think. So see how long I get out of her. Maybe
So you get more than half time.
45 minutes. Well, the way it goes, every time I've taken her, we've won. And first game was the Shifnal game, 0-0. She wanted to leave at half time, so we left. And then second game was Stafford game. And I think we were losing at 1-0. Then we left and then we won. So I'll try and get to half time.
See how she gets on.
So yeah, they're the two next games coming up, aren't they? And then this week also nominations went out, emails went out, didn't they, to members for voting for the 3 spaces that are on the board. So the nominees are John Newby and Mike Howarth are restanding. And then there's also Brad Seymour, Jeremy Keeble and Tina Newell, who are standing for the 3 positions as well.
So voting's for a few weeks, isn't it? Closes on Monday the 15th at 5 p.m.
Yeah. So good luck to all 5. 5 up for 3 spots. So yeah, if you haven't voted yet, take a look and make sure you use your vote if you are a member. We always want a good turnout. Haven't mentioned the Predictions League yet.
Do we have to?
Well, we haven't mentioned it for a few weeks, have we? So
yeah, because you probably haven't been top and then miraculously you're top
I've
all
been
again.
top for a long time, Mike. I'll have you know. Don't know if you can go back and check league table each week, but I would be able to tell you. Oh,
you probably
can
got
as well.
screenshots anyway. You're like Owen Robinson bringing out all the screenshots.
Talking of injuries, we're missing Owen Robinson as well, aren't we? We need to get him back in his side. So I am still top of league, Mike. Just so you're aware.
How's Daz getting on against you?
Daz is 5th. Just the 4 points he got this week.
Outside the Champions League spots. Poor.
Yeah, he's dropped down 2 spots to 5th this week. He's on 114 points. I'm a top with 133, which is 16 points clear of Chris Haslam, who is in 2nd. Then we've got M. Flanagan, Ryan Berry 92, and then Daz in 5th.
Poor form, considering he watches a lot of these teams. You think he'd be higher up?
Poor from Daz.
Shocking.
Poor from Daz. His job's got to be on the line here, hasn't it?
So what you're saying is you should be the new scout?
Maybe I'll be hired as the opposition scout if I win this, because obviously do so well. Sussing out the opposition. Jim
That's
Moore.
Never listening again now.
Jim Moore is this week's winner, round winner with 10 points. Jim Moore. And then let's have a look through. We've got, where are you?
Oh, I stopped doing it age ago, mate.
Oh, okay. And Will's not done his this week, have you? You've all given up. So first one I can see is Berry Buzz. Yeah, Will is on 89 points in 20th position.
You have to win some eventually. Like your football career wasn't there, so we'll let you have this one.
Thanks, mate. Because yours was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great, mate. Yeah, I'm down filming with the players tomorrow night at training for some Christmas bits.
Nice. In the Christmas spirit.
Well, depends if they listen to the episode beforehand or it's like a no entry sign.
Then they're not that interested. Well, yeah. You tell me what you can do. So.
Yeah, should be good. Good, some good Christmas games for them.
Yeah, they'll be asking for the new Football Manager stats, so you'll have to have them prepared.
Yeah.
Obviously, Owen Robinson will have his, but
I'll have to let them all down and say the only player I signed is Owen Barker, and the rest of you weren't good enough for my National North team.
Maybe that should be a new segment of the show. You can give us your Football Manager update to see how are you doing.
Leachy will definitely be on after that now. Leachy are busy, and then he is as a quiz. He might come on later. Hasn't showed, but if you text him now saying we're talking Football Manager, he'll be on in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's probably playing it. That's why he's not on.
Yeah, true.
They're not busy. So yeah, Saturday, Atherton. fingers crossed for 3 points and a big performance, and we can get back to winning ways. And then, yeah, we'll have another episode next week. Oh, God, that's 2 wins out of 2, just like I said, isn't it, if we're continuing to do episodes?
So what happens, like, if this continues? Because I don't even remember last year when we did the Dave McNabb podcast in person. They said he stopped doing post-match interviews because he's on a winning streak. If it continues for the next 2 weeks, at what point do we go, like, we're a bit busy? Or do we just fight for it?
We just have to keep going. And you mean we just have to keep... We'll win every game of the season then, won't we, if we keep going?
Yeah.
We'll just be very busy. Won't have much to talk about. That's when we will have to do the Foot Manager segments, just so we can do an episode just to come on and talk. Might be a bit busy between the Christmas schedule if we're having to try and get winning for Boxing Day.
From
must.
Newcastle Town.
Yeah, needs must. If we're winning, then we'll have to carry on, won't we?
My wife's like, do you want to go to Wrexham Swansea on the 19th? I was like, no. She's like, why? I was like, I'm going to Newcastle Town away. She's like, surely you can miss a game. I'm like, no.
Wrexham Swansea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you around at the game on Saturday and up the Shakers.
Up the Shakers.
Okay. There you go.